I'm still kind of baffled at this headline, and we'll read a little bit of it. But just check this headline out. Disney's 645 million Andor budget shows how it's lost control of Star Wars. 640 what? They said fellow Forbes contributor Caroline Reed has reported via Disney's own disclosures that the total cost of Andor on Disney Plus will be a stunning $645 million between two seasons, with 290 spent on season 2. And they said that's straight out of Disney's own financials due to the disclosure rules in the United Kingdom. So between two seasons, bro, they are spending $645 million. Now, they go through all of this other stuff, but none of that matters. We just have to talk about the fact that they have revealed that they are spending $645 million on this. Okay, guys, let's talk about it. Can we discuss it? Y'all mind? Okay. That's a lot of money. Okay. That ain't cheap. I don't care how you feel about Andor. That's irrelevant. There are going to be those that'll be like, oh, with Andor, I tolerated that. That was okay. It was good, even irrelevant. It's not important. How you feel about it, how you rate it, irrelevant. The fact of the matter is that there is no way in hell that this show makes money. It's on Disney Plus, which has not been a very profitable venture for Disney. So it's already in this pit of like money just being lit on fire. Okay. Now we know how much they spent between two seasons, and the demand, obviously, everybody's mind is like, where in the hell is this money going? Now I know your immediate mind is, well, there has to be something nefarious going on, right? There has to be something sinister, insidious even at play, because that doesn't look like a show that costs that much money. And you're not incorrect. But when you remember that there's budgeting issues going on right now in corporate America, really across all entertainment, but especially with Hollywood. So while I could go either way, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I could see where, yeah, maybe there is some funny money. But I could also see, well, maybe they actually did spend that much money on something that just wasn't, it never stood a chance. It never stood a chance. So maybe there's some incompetence going on there. But the reality is this, okay? Hollywood has a spending problem, much like some of the AAA studios and gaming have a spending problem. You can argue that some of that stuff is self-imposed, right? They have jobs for the jobs, and most of them aren't necessary, because you wonder, like, how in the world could someone shoot something that, I'm not saying it's better, but is at least as competitive or professional looking as what you put out with a fraction of the cost, with a fraction of the team. Because that's where my mind goes, especially in gaming. But Hollywood, for sure. It's like, where's the money going? Then you look at the list of credits and you're like, well, there is a chance that all of those jobs that are there, many of them fake, not real. And by not real, I mean there's no true demand for them. You don't do anything, right? You're fluff. There's a lot of that. It's bloat, textbook. So they have a lot of problems there. Now, Disney's in a different scenario than most other companies, right? Banks are going to give Disney whatever the hell money they want, right? Because Disney is in a position where they have all that spending and buying, power, if you will, through the assets that they own, whether it be properties, if you believe in IP, the intellectual kind, or the physical assets, right? That they can leverage, okay? So they're in a position that most other companies will never be in. So they can afford to really lose a lot of money. And then they'll have their dubs, right? Did Moana or whatever? I know that they maybe took some L's with this upcoming Lion King, or the Lion King deal that just came out. But they catch their dubs when they can, right? Now, they're not dubs big enough to like erase their losses. But they do make a significant amount of money on their what do you call them? The parks, obviously. And they'll catch a dub every now and then with a movie that will do okay. But you've seen some duds get laid, eggs get laid, okay? And you're wondering, like, man, how long can they sustain that? I don't know. But that's a crazy amount of money. And I know someone's like, man, if I just had a fraction of that, I could do some really, really cool things. Hell, have a fraction of it and even have access to the Star Wars property and probably could come up with some more intriguing. But to be fair, it's set up for failure, not success. It's too much money being spent on a property that nobody really cares about, going on a platform that isn't profitable. It was never going to make money. They could have spent half of that and it wouldn't have made the money. You think that Andor, no matter how good you think that it is, you think that's going to equal, I don't know, 6 million new subscribers? No. Not people falling over themselves to go subscribe to Disney Plus to get that. They have a spending problem. Bottom line. Thanks for watching. Be sure to head over to Rippaverse.com to check out our comic book company. We have books, plenty of merchandise, and even some glorious animations from Rippaverse Studios.